Hi, thank you for meeting with me to discuss your semester with Ancients.
No problem.
To start, did you enjoy the course, and how much do you think it contributed to your overall education here?
I did really enjoy Ancient's class. His class really pushed me to think deeply and creatively when interpreting the text. Overall, I learned a lot.
That's great to hear. Also, did you feel as if every student was treated fairly and given equal opportunity?
At most times, yes, but there were times I felt his views were a little old fashioned.
Really? Could you expand more on this, please?
Of course, many of the comments he made were a bit misogynistic. It seemed as though he had the mindset that women were still of a lower status than men.
Was there any reason behind this he gave?
Well, Ancients is from the Middle East, and he has told us in the past that women from his country have little to no economic role there. So it could be a little understandable if he was raised with that belief.
I see. Can you remember any specific comments?
There was a time in class where he made a comment directed at the female students in class about how he thought the best future for a woman was in the home, extending the lineage.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I'll make sure to talk to your other classmates about this and look into it immediately. Thank you for coming in.
No problem.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, how are things going at school? Have you met any interesting people?
Things are going well. And yeah, I met this really interesting person called Ancients.
Oh, and what are they like?
He's a really interesting person with a few different personalities. He's kind of hard to figure out because he's usually questioning a lot of things.
How so?
Well, he's always considering different aspects of things, whether it's religion, truth, or why there's evil in the world. Like he has this weird thing where he always talks about how most things in the world are not real. He keeps saying that the only real things in this world are things that don't change, like the idea of a triangle, but not a physical triangle. The other day I was sitting in class with him and I said, "Oh, this sunset is beautiful." He turned to me and said, "That's an acquired opinion," whatever that means.
That's a bit odd.
Yeah, a lot of people have trouble understanding what he's talking about with this whole real versus not real thing.
Well, what are some other things about him?
Well, he occasionally will space out while teaching something. Like he'll start talking about one thing and then it's like another thought comes to him and he'll just start talking about that new thought. It's weird and it makes his class really hard to follow.
Oh, is he a teacher? I thought he was a student.
Well, he's a teacher, but he really likes to participate with the students and sometimes he acts like one.
What's he like as a grader?
He's a really hard grader because you can't get anything that's not completely accurate by him. It's like he knows exactly what is in every page of every book we are reading this semester. It's weird. It's like he lives for this class.
Yeah, that is weird. He seems like a really interesting guy, though. It's nice to know that you are learning new things and meeting new people. But I've got to go. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, Mom. Talk to you soon.
Hey, how are you? How are your classes?
Hey, they're actually really good, and I find all of them really interesting. One professor really interests me.
Oh, that's so good. What is this professor's name?
He's new this year, so you might not have heard of him before, but it's Ancients.
Oh, yeah, I actually have heard of him, and I've heard that he holds a lot of different beliefs and perspectives.
Yeah, I agree with that. He forms a lot of opinions on all the books we've read.
Oh, really? What books have you read?
The Bible, the Quran, Epic of Gilgamesh, and Augustine's Confessions are some of them.
Yeah, I can see how those books would bring up a lot of opinions or perspectives on religion. What does he say about religion?
Well, the Bible has one God, but three persons, and then the Quran has one God, but Jesus is not seen as the Son of God, and he's seen as a prophet. Also, the Bible says we have original sin, and the Quran says we're all born innocent.
Were there any other books he discussed in class?
Yeah, he also discussed the Epic of Gilgamesh. With that book, he discussed the many gods that were present.
Did he favor any of the books more than the others due to his personal religious beliefs?
Actually, during a discussion once, he told our whole class he was atheist.
Oh, that's interesting. Did he say why?
He said pretty much that he's not confident in any of the religions and only agrees with certain aspects of all the different religions. He doesn't feel completely comfortable with all the beliefs or ideas of just one.
Yeah, that is an interesting and different way of looking at things. I have to go to class, but we can meet later and talk more.
Okay, sounds good. See you later.